Let's have a look. So we're just waiting for the live stream to come on here, guys. So let's have a look. Hi guys, it's Ray here from Just the Keepers. Hope you're fitting well. As I said, I do apologise. The sun's coming through here through the window. So the sun is actually shining off my baldy head. So I do apologise. So if you've got to wear sunglasses to watch this live stream, I apologise in advance. So what we're going to be doing here, guys, you'll see me looking from camera to camera. I'm on Facebook here, Instagram here, and this is YouTube. So a massive warm welcome to the introduction part of the course that I'm doing on how to become mentally strong as a goalkeeper. So before I get going, can I just see some thumbs up on YouTube, some thumbs and love on Facebook, some hearts would be fantastic. It's the first time I've gone live on Instagram, so I'm not too sure if you get hearts or or loves on Instagram. So it'll be fantastic to make sure that we can see you guys on Instagram. It looks like it's coming through. You can see thumbs up on Instagram. Fantastic, guys. Here we got Just the Keepers Sweden. Hi Mike, I hope you're well. Great to hear, great to see you there. We've got Ryan Flynn on Instagram, just joined. Paige just joined. We've got Kieran Doherty, brilliant. On Facebook, we've got Len Finley. Hi Len. We've got Pinel from South Africa. Great to see you here. Pinel, we've got George from Kenya. Hi George, again doing amazing things in Kenya. Very proud of what you're doing. I've got my lovely daughter, Ash. She's on. Okay, fantastic. Great to have you on, Ash. Brilliant. Jack Charles, brilliant. Henry Creed. We've got people waving at us on Instagram. Fantastic. Okay, so obviously on YouTube here, we're getting some people obviously coming through on YouTube as well. So again, I'm live on it. A massive thank you for coming through, guys. Okay, so what we're going to be doing here for this live stream, it's going to be purely on a free course that I'm doing, and it's called How to Become Mentally Strong as a Goalkeeper. Now, if you've got any questions, okay, there's going to be a questions and answers at the end. Now, if you've been live with me before, I normally talk about goalkeeper training or goalkeeper gloves. In these videos, guys, we're going to be talking about how to become mentally strong, okay, as a goalkeeper. So if we can, try not to be speaking about like any goalkeeping gloves or anything like that, because that will be for other times that I go live, if that makes sense, okay. So this going live is purely for you guys that want to learn how to become mentally strong as a goalkeeper, or if you're a parent, okay, this will be fantastic. If you're a parent and you want to know how to obviously help your child become mentally strong as a goalkeeper, because obviously it can be torture for a parent to be watching their goalkeeping child playing in goal, and obviously when your child is conceding goals, you've got all the idiots shouting on the line because they don't understand what goalkeeper means. And that's normally the managers and the coaches that are shouting all that crap, to be honest with you. Never mind the parents or the outfield players, okay? So this will really help mums and dads and granddads and nans, etc., aunts and uncles. So if you've got a goalkeeping child, I'm going to be helping you guys as well, help your goalkeeping child. Obviously, everything gets recorded as well, which is cool. So again, as I say, so if you ever miss any of these live courses, I'm going to actually put all the recordings on the website so you can go back if you miss anything as well. So I'm going to be doing these live courses probably every Wednesday now for about 7 or 8 weeks, until I've obviously get everything. Until I've got all the information over to yourself as well. So again, if you've just tuned in, what this live video is all about, guys, is teaching you guys how to become mentally strong as a goalkeeper. Also, you could be a goalkeeping coach as well. 98% of goalkeeping coaches don't teach the mental art of goalkeeping, with the greatest respect, because that's most don't understand it themselves, which is fine. That's not a problem. If you don't know, you don't know. So if you're a goalkeeping coach, this will really help you with your goalkeeping students as well, especially if any of your students, are underconfident or they're having issues, obviously, with their soccer club or football club. This will really, really help, okay? Yeah. So as I say, in a moment, I'm going to tell you a bit. I'm going to tell you, obviously, the syllabus, what I'm going to do as well. Also, as well, guys, I'm doing this completely free of charge, okay? So there's going to be no advertisement whatsoever. There's going to be no showing of goalkeeping gloves. There's going to be no advertisement. This is a complete free course. I'm only messing. I thought to crack a bit of a joke there as well. So yeah, listen, there's no advertisement in these courses. What I'm doing, it's completely free of charge. There's no hidden agenda. I'm going to be giving you guys what you need to understand on how to become mentally strong as a goalkeeper. Okay, so hope you enjoyed the joke about me showing the goalkeeping glove. As I say, that was purely a joke. Right. So before I tell you the syllabus, let me tell you a bit about J4K if you don't know already. Just for Keepers was started 20 years ago by myself. I'm very proud to say that this year is our 20th anniversary, so we've been on for 2 decades, believe it or not. When I first started J4K, I actually had a ponytail, so it's obviously, all the goalkeepers have trained over the years. They took the toll on me. But I'm very honoured and proud to still be doing J4K after 20 years. And I'm very proud to say that just for Keepers, we've helped more goalkeepers achieve their dream than any other similar goalkeeping schools in history. That's where they're getting into professional football clubs, getting in college scholarships. No one has done it better than J4K over the past 20 years. And I honestly believe we've done that is because we generally put profits behind our students. So we always put the students first and worry about profits second. And it's the same with our goalkeeping gloves, as you know. We put you guys first and the profits second. Okay, so that's just a bit of a quick rundown about J4K. I say we've been on for 20 years. We've helped many goalkeepers achieve their dreams all over the world. So today, this one's only going to be about a 30-minute video, guys. Okay. Now, if you're in YouTube again, please feel free to send your questions. So in about 15 minutes, we're going to have a questions and answers. Okay. Yeah. Now, before we do the questions and answers, I'm just going to run down the syllabus of what I'm going to be teaching over the next few weeks. Okay. So each week I'm going to come on and there'll be a certain topic that I'm going to be teaching on how to become mentally strong as a goalkeeper. And the reason why I do this course is because it's one of the most common asked questions that I get asked is, hey Ray, how do I become mentally strong as a goalkeeper? Or hey Ray, how do I help my students become mentally strong or my child become mentally strong? It is really important. And one of the most common asked questions that I get asked is it important to become mentally strong? Is being mentally strong important as a goalkeeper? It's arguably the most important thing you've got to do as a goalkeeper. Believe it or not, I've coached thousands of goalkeepers over the years, and believe it or not, it's not the goalkeepers with the best natural ability that make it to the top levels. Who I've personally coached, and I know speaking to the fantastic J4K coaches that coach all over the world, we're actually coaching in 31 countries now. They'll actually tell you the same. The goalkeepers that make it to the highest levels possible are the goalkeepers with an average ability, but they've got an unbelievable strong mindset. It's not, honestly, so hopefully for you guys who might be behind other goalkeepers your age because they're more naturally got more natural ability than you, if you can really develop your confidence, that can really help, especially obviously, the higher you play. Because if you look at the best goalkeepers in the leagues now, obviously, yeah, they've got talent, but they're just so super mentally strong. And the beauty about becoming mentally strong as a goalkeeper, it's very, very easy to do once you know how to do it. So if you want to have bigger muscles, you obviously just do exercises to build bigger muscles. It's exactly the same to build your mind and your self-confidence. And a lot of people don't realise this. They think, oh, I'm not a confident person. I'm never going to be able to be super confident. Honestly, you can develop your mind just like you can develop your muscles. And myself, I wasn't naturally a confident goalkeeper. I had to develop my confidence like I developed my muscles. I've still got to develop them, to be honest with you. So hopefully this will be good news for you guys who are listening, that if you're thinking at the moment, I'm not confident and I'll never be confident, seriously, honestly, you can, and it's actually a lot easier to train your mind than what it is to train your, I'll say, to have bigger muscles, for example, because to have bigger muscles, you've got to have the discipline to go drive to the gymnasium and do the weights, etc. Where a lot of the stuff that I'm going to be teaching you, you can actually do in your house. A lot of the mental skills that I'll teach, okay? So, again, some of you are asking questions, which is fantastic. So I'm going to give you an opportunity to ask some questions in about 10 minutes, guys, if that's okay. So I'm just going to run down some of the syllabus, what I'm going to be teaching over the next few weeks. If you want to ask some generic goalkeeping questions, we've got Paula typing away. She'll answer any generic questions, but I can't see any questions, to be honest with you guys, okay? So I'm just going to, as I say, go through the syllabus, okay? So the first thing I'm going to be speaking about next week is how to deal with your nerves. Now, please listen to what I'm going to say here now. Most goalkeepers, especially young goalkeepers, they think being nervous is bad. I did. You think, oh my God, I'm weak. I must be the only player in the whole team or the two teams playing. I must be the only one nervous. I assure you, everyone will be nervous. Whether some will only be nervous this much, some will be nervous this much. But I'll guarantee every player will be 100% nervous. Will have nerves, and again, a lot of people think it's bad to be nervous. It's actually not. Okay, so once you understand that you're not the only person that's nervous, and it's actually good to be nervous, that actually helps you in your game. It's about managing your nerves. So once you know how to manage your nerves become your friends. I know that sounds crazy, okay? You might think, what way? That sounds nuts, okay? Yeah, because I was told when I played when I was professionally in goal, and I was told this by many players who played at really high levels, that it's actually dangerous if you're not nervous, because if you go onto a football field or a soccer field and you're too relaxed, again, you're not up, that can actually go against you. So the first course is going to be how to deal with your nerves, okay? And I say, one thing I want you to get is that being nervous is okay. So another thing as well, people think that they're being weak. If they're nervous, you're not being weak, okay? Yeah, seriously, so get that out of your head. So in week one, we're going to be talking about how to deal with your nerves, okay? Very, very important. The second week as well is how to deal with failure. Okay, so you can do us a favour, put it please on the table, get my book, the one with the how to master failure. Yeah. In the second week, we're going to be talking about how to master failure. Again, a lot of goalkeepers and parents of goalkeepers, if they make a mistake or they fail, they think that's bad. Okay, yeah, obviously none of us want to fail. Okay, but I'll guarantee every single one of you are going to fail, i.e. make a mistake from time to time. But again, as long as you learn from your mistakes and your failure can be your friend, believe it or not. So on the second week, I'm going to be talking about how to master failure and how failure can make you become a better goalkeeper. In fact, so much so, and when I actually do the second week on failure, if some of you guys might have this already, I'll actually email you a free copy of this of the ebook version of Next Shot Matters, How to Master Failure. Now, where this idea for this book come from is, as a professional goalkeeper, when I trained with my goalkeeping coaches, every single one of them had this amazing saying, next shot matters. Now, what that meant is, when I was training as a professional goalkeeper, if I ever dropped the ball in training, which I did on more than a few occasions, the goalkeeping coach would always shout, next shot matters. Okay, so basically what that means is, look, you've made a mistake, you've made a failure, forget about it, the next shot matters. And it's absolutely, as I say, this book will really help you guys. And again, I will email you the copy of this book completely free of charge, or I'll put a link somewhere where you can go and probably have to put a link somewhere where you can download it. I can actually send it to a website where you can download this ebook completely free of charge. This will really help you as a goalkeeper. And if you're a parent of a goalkeeper and your goalkeeping child struggles when they make a mistake, they put their head down, this book will help you as a parent big time. Or if you're a goalkeeping coach, this book will help big time as well. In week 3, we're going to be talking about how to develop confidence. Again, a lot of goalkeepers don't realise you can develop and strengthen your confidence just like developing muscles. And it's actually a lot easier to develop your confidence than develop your muscles, because you can do that. You can actually do that sitting in the house if you wanted to. Week 4 is all going to be about parents. Okay, so week 4 is I'm going to be talking to parents, because a lot of the questions that I get asked is from mums and dads and grandparents trying to help their goalkeeping child. Or if you're a coach or a goalkeeping coach or a manager, week 4 will be for you, because I'll be telling you telltale signs where you can look and you can see if your goalkeeper or your child is feeling that, if they're feeling down, if they're underconfident. It's very important that you pick it up very, very quickly, because if you let, especially, never mind a child, even if you let an adult go too long feeling down and feeling low, the confidence is going to get lower and lower and lower and lower. But week 4 is all about helping parents to spot the telltale signs to make sure that they can be there for their goalkeeping child. Week 5 is a good one, is dealing with the supporters, dealing with the idiots that shout all that nonsense, when you're trying to play. So again, a lot of goalkeepers, and even at professional level, sometimes they let the supporters into their mind, and obviously once you let the supporters into your mind, that's going to take your focus away from play. And once your focus is away from play and you're not really focusing on the game, that's when you're going to make mistakes. Okay, so week 5 is how to deal with supporters, how to block them out, so make sure that you only focus, obviously, on your game. Okay, cool. So, okay, I can just about see this. Karen O'Reilly said, great book, got this from her son, so thank you, Karen. Yes, honestly, I'm really honoured that this has helped you to help your son. That's what, without sounding corny, that's what I'm about with Just for Keepers. We're about helping goalkeepers, goalkeeping coaches, but we're helping, obviously, like yourself, Karen, helping mums and dads help their goalkeeping child. So I really appreciate that you've obviously said that, and it is, I can't tell you how much it means to myself that obviously this book has helped you to help your child. So many thanks. Okay, week 6, I think, is it week 5 or week 6? We're going to be talking about the art of wearing masks. Okay, now it looks like I've got a mask on. Okay, yeah, wearing masks is really, really important. Okay, now you might be thinking, Ray, what are you going on about wearing masks? Okay, but especially if you want to get to a high level, whether it's playing college, playing professional, there's something what we call wearing masks. And basically, just a long story short, even if you're feeling super, super, super nervous, what happens is you put a pretend mask on, you put your shoulders back, your chest out, and even though everyone around you thinks that you look super confident, inside you might be nervous, okay? When you watch most professional soccer players or football players, and they look super confident. I mean, don't get me wrong, most of them will be super confident, because what I'm teaching here and over the next few weeks, they've practiced that day in, day out. They'll still be nervous, but what they'll do is they'll wear a mask. So even though inside you might feel nervous, on the outside, people will go, wow, these guys look super confident. Because if you're playing against an opposing team, you don't want any opposing player to see the slightest bit of low confidence in you, because that gives them the edge. Okay, so especially while you're playing, you need to be wearing masks as well, even though that you're nervous. So the other players, the opposing players, will think, wow, this guy looks super confident. Even for your own players as well, especially if you're a goalkeeper, if your own players turn around and they see you biting your nails and that you look nervous, that's going to make your team nervous. So your team needs to see you being confident as well. And it's something that you can easily do. And once you know how to do it, you can actually wear masks in everyday life. So, you know, even when I go and see the bank manager, I'll put a certain mask on to see the bank manager. When I'm in the street and a scallywag might come up to me, I'll put another mask on. Obviously, that'd be more like growling, you know. So wearing masks sounds crazy, but most successful sports, soccer players and football players do this. Okay, and in week 7, which is the last, obviously this is the last one I'm going to be talking about, it's visualization. To me, visualization is the most important one, because once you understand the art of visualization, you can achieve anything in life. it can help you improve your goalkeeping, but it'll help you with your schoolwork, it'll help you in your job. Visualization to me is one of the main keys to success. And that's what I'm going to be teaching with visualization. I call it daydreaming on steroids, okay? And basically, again, people think visualization is weird, but if you speak to any top professional goalkeeper, I will guarantee every single one of them visualize, every single one. Guys, you will visualize without knowing, okay? Everybody visualizes and daydreams without knowing, but the key to visualization and giving it the success that you want is make sure that when you're visualizing, you're telling your mind what you want to visualize, if that makes sense. Sounds weird, okay, yeah, but it all works incredibly well. Also, I'm going to be doing another one, I'm going to be doing a final course, week 8, and that's going to be called Dream, Believe, Plan and Act. And this is what's called a trigger band. So when I'm doing this course, okay, this program, I'm going to be teaching you what's called a trigger band. Okay, now it's also called a trigger point. Now, if you want to, you can actually get these bands. Okay, you're not obligated to get these bands, by the way, because I'm doing this completely free of charge. This program, you can use an elastic band if you want to, but if you get this band which says "Just for Keepers," and it says Dream, Believe, Plan and Act, every single penny goes to a charity which I'll mention in a moment. But again, please don't feel obligated to get the charity band. You can use, I'll explain other trigger points that you can use in a moment, okay? So literally, when you see, if you've ever watched your favourite professional goalkeeper play and they make a mistake, you might see them taking the glove on and taking the glove off, or you might see them go to the goal and to one of the posts and they'll kick the posts. And you probably think, why are they doing that? That's something what's called a trigger point, okay? Trigger point is really, really important. Every top performing athlete uses a trigger point, not just in soccer, every sport you can think of. And what a trigger point is when you've made a mistake, you do like a trigger band, you might make a trigger point, like a professional goalkeeper might use the glove on, like with the strap, they'll take it off, put it back on again, and that rewires the mind to say, hey, I'm a fantastic goalkeeper. I'm a fantastic goalkeeper. I normally make a mistake every 30 games, for example. Right, I'm not going to make a mistake now for another 30 games. So that brings your confidence straight back, if that makes sense. Again, sounds nonsense, okay, yeah. Okay, but it works absolutely big time. It's called a trigger point. There's loads of different names for them, by the way, trigger point. But this is one of the keys to help and remind sports athletes when they make a mistake. Trigger point, okay, forget the mistake. You're completely rewiring your mind, right? Let's start again. Forget the mistake, move forward. And as I say, please don't feel obligated to purchase these trigger bands. As I say, it says Just for Keepers, Dream, Believe, Plan and Act. And the last course that I'll be doing will actually be about Dream, Believe, Plan and Act. So for you guys that want to become a professional goalkeeper, or you want to gain a college scholarship, if you use these 4 techniques, Dream, Believe, Plan and Act, it will really help you big time. I believe in this word so much so, I've actually got it tattooed on my arm. Dream, Believe, Plan and Act. Now don't worry, okay, you don't have to do it. I'm not going to ask any of you guys to put a tattoo on your arm, but that's how I've lived my life for as long as I can remember, just by these 4 words: Dream, Believe, Plan and Act. And that's what I want to finish the course with. And as I say, if you want to become a professional goalkeeper or you want to gain a college scholarship, if you implement these 4 words every day, it will help you big time. If you do decide to purchase a trigger band, I think it's like £5, like $5, and all the profits will go to charity. There's a young guy called Ethan. Ethan has got this rare condition where, unfortunately, unfortunately, the chances of him living past the age of 10 years of age is very, very, very slim. Up to now, Just for Keepers, we've raised about £1,000 for young Ethan. And all his mum and dad want to do is give Ethan some alternative therapy. So his short life on this earth, it's made a bit more comfortable for him. And they're trying to raise about £50,000 if you can take him to Holland and get some additional therapy, if that makes sense. Again, please don't feel obligated to purchase a trigger band. Okay, I'm not doing this course for the trigger band. Seriously, I'm not. You know, you can use a trigger band if you want to, but I'll also show you how to use your goalkeeping glove as well as a trigger band. But if you do decide to get a charity band, a trigger band, sorry, because it really is a charity band, but we call it a trigger band. Obviously, what I'll do is in the links when we start moving forward, I'll put these in the links. And obviously, if you get a trigger band, that'll be much appreciated. So not only are you guys learning, you know, you are learning an important, a very, very important mind skill. So obviously, you're learning how to become mentally strong as a goalkeeper. We're also doing it for a fantastic cause as well. We're just helping. It's actually, I think he's just turned 5 years old now, Ethan. Unfortunately, he's probably going to have a few more years before he's no longer with us. So you know what, we're doing it for a fantastic cause as well, you know, so why not? So that's me finished. So what I'm going to be doing now, guys, okay, if you want to, I'll just do it for 5 more minutes, because this was just an introduction to the how to become mentally strong as a goalkeeper. This is just a quick introduction on obviously what I'm going to be teaching in this free course on how to become mentally strong as a goalkeeper. So has anyone got any questions? This is your time now to fire away. Paul is going to answer the Facebook. I'll look on YouTube, and I'll also look on Instagram as well. But if you can, please, guys, try to keep any questions related to this course on how to become mentally strong as a goalkeeper. Please don't ask about the goalkeeping gloves, because I will be doing other videos purely on how to help you guys with your goalkeeping gloves. So the first one is going to go to Paula. Off you go.
You've got a young lady called Casey shouting hi, Uncle Ray.
Oh, okay, Uncle Ray. Yeah. More like Grandad Ray, but yeah.
So shout out to her.
What's her name? Casey?
Yeah.
Katie or Casey?
Casey.
Hi, Casey. Uncle Ray here?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Hi, Uncle Ray. Yeah, Casey, okay, young lady?
Yeah, and then we've got Abu Dhabi in Dubai shouting hi.
Hi. Any questions?
Yeah, we've got Gary Cook saying hi, Ray. I'm friends with Ethan's parents.
Oh, wow. Okay, brilliant. Fantastic. So you know this. So Gary is friends with Ethan's parents. That's Tracy and Shane. So as you know, Gary, Tracy and Shane are an amazing couple. It's so sad what's happened to their child. It's bloody heartbreaking, to be honest with you. It's wrong. So yeah, Tracy and Shane are absolutely amazing people. So, you know, yeah, if we can help them, that'll be fantastic. So when you see the next Gary, please tell them that I said hi.
Yeah, sorry, I'm just replying to somebody in Abu Dhabi. Let's see, hi Ray, 11-year-old Ethan Ford.
Sorry, can I just stop you there? Sorry, because I'm on Instagram. You can't see Instagram. Okay, is it Archie91 on Instagram saying, great question, by the way, Archie. Should you always resolve a play with the first solution in your mind rather than change it in the middle of the play? Brilliant. So what Archie's saying there, when a situation's happening as a goalkeeper, should you go with your gut instinct, or should you change your mind halfway through? Always go with your gut instinct, Archie. Now, the more experience that you get, what will happen is you'll still go with your gut instinct, but if you think you're wrong, you'll be able to change it. But that comes with experience, if that makes sense, okay? Yeah. But to start off with, I would definitely go with your gut feeling. Archie, sometimes you're going to make a mistake and it'll cost you a goal. That's life. You'll learn from that, okay? But you're better going with your gut feeling and going with your instant decision, making a mistake and learning from it, rather than sort of going yes, no, yes, no, yes, no in every game and never learning from it, if that makes sense, Archie. And what you'll find, the more you do it, Archie, first of all, your gut feelings or your first decision, like you asked, it will be right. Okay, but what you'll find as well, the more you make instant decisions, because if you make a fast decision and then you realise you're wrong, because you make it fast, sometimes you'll get a second chance to change your mind, if that makes sense. Yeah. So yeah, to answer that question, amazing question, that Archie. No one's ever asked me that, by the way, in a long time. Always go with your gut feeling.
I've got someone called Bradley. I have a number of conclusions while I'm playing. As a keeper, I'm always really cautious about getting ahead. how can I help that? He's cautious constantly, so it's obviously putting him off his game.
Okay.
And getting ahead now.
Okay,
Bradley.
what's his name? So Bradley was saying a great question, Bradley. Is he on Facebook?
He's on Facebook.
Great question, Bradley. So I'll speak to Bradley on here because we've got Facebook, Instagram, we've got YouTube here. Bradley, a fantastic question. What Bradley was saying is that he's very conscious about getting kicked in the head, and that's affecting his game. And that actually happens to a lot of goalkeepers, to be honest with you. Now, what you can actually do is you can wear those, remember, it's like the Peter Cech helmets. A lot of goalkeepers are a bit like, it's a bit of a stigma saying, I don't want to wear one of those helmets. Hey, if you're feeling underconfident, Bradley, wear one of those helmets. Don't worry what other people think. Wear one of those helmets, okay? Until you've got the confidence, not to wear that one of those helmets, if that makes sense. But even you look at Peter Cech, he probably doesn't have to wear a helmet anymore, but he still decides to do so. And look, he's played at the highest levels possible with a helmet, So if it's affecting your game that much, Bradley, what I would definitely recommend you do is wear one of those protective helmets. But if you can, make sure when you're training, when you're in a situation where you're actually not physically going to, get hit on the head, make sure that you don't wear a helmet, okay? Yeah, because when you're training, you get used to not wearing a helmet. When you play, you put the helmet on, it gives you a bit of confidence. But the more you train, the less it'll be on your mind about getting kicked in the head, if that makes sense. So don't wear the helmet all the time. So in training, if your team's having shots at you, etc., and you know that you've got no chance of getting kicked in the head, take your helmet off, take the padded helmet off. Only wear it when you feel as if you're going to get kicked in the head. And as you get older and the more you do it, the chances are you probably won't have to, you probably won't bother wearing a helmet, if that makes sense. But if you continue wearing the helmet for the next 10, 20 years, it didn't do Peter Cech any harm.
I've got a Neil here. How do you deal with a mistake that leads to a goal? Cheers, Ray. Neil in Belfast.
Okay, hi Neil in Belfast. So you're saying, how do you deal with a mistake where
that leads to a goal?
That leads to a goal. Okay, so obviously I'm going to go into greater detail when I talk about failure. I think that's going to be in week 2. But very, very briefly, you've just got to get out your mind. You've got to use the trigger point. You just got to remember that you're a good goalkeeper, and you got to remember statistically, that you might not, what you got to do. And again, this is something that I'll speak about it in the course. As a goalkeeper, or if you're a parent of a goalkeeper, you've got to make sure that you tell this to your goalkeeping child. You've just got to work out statistically. Look, every 10 games or every 20 games, I might make a mistake that leads to a goal. And obviously, the longer you play and the more experienced and the better you get, that ratio will get higher and higher and higher and higher. If that makes sense. So, for example, Neil, let's say that statistically you'll make 50 out of every 15 games. You might make one mistake out of every 15 games. So what you need to be doing is, if you make a mistake in a game, that's where the trigger bang comes in, or the trigger point. You just go, made a mistake, forget about it. I'm not going to statistically make a mistake for another 15 games, and then get on with your game. That's it. Okay, and I say the more you train, the better you become as a goalkeeper. The games will go to 16 games, 17 games, and then again, obviously, like the Premiership goalkeepers, obviously the fantastic goalkeepers. And I'm guessing statistically, those guys are probably making a mistake probably every 30 games. So if you're making a mistake every 5 or 6 games and you're only young, don't worry about that. That is only natural. But hopefully that question helps, Neil.
We have Pauline, and she says, "Hi Ray, James just broken his elbow. What should we do to keep his confidence while he's training so he doesn't bend basically mentally and to get back into it?"
Okay, say that one again. Sorry.
So Jaden's broken his elbow, and what do we do to keep his confidence while he's training?
Okay, so there's a question. What's the name of the lady?
Pauline.
So Pauline's just asked, again, a fantastic question, guys, that her son's just broke their elbow. How, obviously, do you get the confidence back when you come back from an injury? Well, the first thing is, if it's like the arms, etc., always try and do something with the feet. Okay, so whether you're doing it on a speed ladder, whether you're working on your anything to do with footwork, really. So he's 11 years of age. So do anything to do with footwork. So what that does, obviously, it just keeps you. Because what you want to be doing is, while you're injured, especially if it's your arms that get injured, if you can keep your body moving, like your footwork, that's going to help big time. Now, and this is where finding a good goalkeeping coach really comes in handy. Because what happens is, once Bradley, did you say this, Sonia? Once Bradley starts training again, obviously what he doesn't want is the coach to start throwing top corner again. What's that? Is his name Jaden? Oh, Jaden. Sorry guys, the son's called. Sorry, Jaden. I've got a dodgy PA here. What was it?
I did say Jaden to start with.
Sorry. So basically, you've got to make sure what you don't want is a goalkeeping coach that's going to start making you go top corner all of a sudden. You've got to gradually start to dive. So there's something that I really love called a rocket motion. What the rocket motion is basically you're on your knees and you go left and right and get the ball. Even when a goalkeeper's fit, I'm always doing the rocket motion. But if you're injured, Jaden, and you're coming back, it's all to do with the goalkeeping coach being sensible and starting off basically, starting off with the exercises on your bum, then you work onto your knees, then you work onto your haunches, then you work standing up, and then you start diving, if that makes sense. So that's what I would do. Just try to make, hopefully you've got a good goalkeeping coach, but just gradually start getting back, gradually start getting into the diving again. So hopefully that helps, Jaden.
Yeah, she's also saying here, she said, sorry, while he's not training, what can we do, obviously, to build his confidence?
Okay, so
we minded of obviously doing the same in training.
Okay, cool. So again, she was saying while he's not training, what can they do to keep his confidence? Again, I would do some type of footwork exercise. If he's got some coaches, try and have a word with the coaches and say, hey, look, JD's feeling a bit down. Can you have some kind and positive words to say to him as well? And also explain as well, it's like, and just try and give as many success stories as you can of players that have got injured, come back and gone on to fantastic levels. And the beauty about it, Paul was saying he's only 11 years of age. Honestly, at that age, they bounce back very, very quickly. But just keep him active, keep him watching the game, get the coaches to say some positive words to him, show and point to some success stories where you can say, hey, well, look at Dave, for example. David Beckham, he broke his leg when he was 10 and look what he did in the game. So I would be doing things like that. So hopefully that helps. I'll do 5 more questions, guys, and then we'll move on.
Just this one, if you can, because I can't see it.
Okay. Okay. Sorry, guys. So on Instagram, I can just about see it. Okay. Yeah, actually, Tara Wilson's had some good advice there as well. Going back to Jaden as well, is don't rush back. That was a mistake. I'm glad you mentioned that, Tara. That was a mistake I made several times, even as a professional goalkeeper. You're that keen to get back. If you come back too fast and you're not fully fit, you're going to get yourself injured again, which actually lowers your confidence even more. And obviously, when you're trying to come back and you're not fully fit, it's going to affect the way you play as well. So really, really good point there, Tara. Don't rush back. Take your time. Okay. So we're going to do just 2 more questions, guys. Okay, and then we'll leave you. Because I say this was just this video was just, as I say, was just an introduction really before I start getting into the teachings of the program. What was it? So this is the introduction. I'll just do a few more questions. Okay, so the Jaguars Club is saying in penalties, the best practice for goalkeeper is to choose a side or to jump or to wait and follow the ball. Okay, so what the Jaguars Club is saying. So the Jaguars Club, what part of the world are you guys in? By the way, it'd be nice to know what part of the world you guys are in. So while I'm giving you the answer, if you can let everyone know what part of the world you're in, that would be great. So basically, what? Just excuse me, sorry, 1 sec, guys. So basically, sorry. So what the Jaguars Club was asking there, when you're getting faced with a penalty, and again, penalty is actually to do with the mental side of goalkeeping. Do you basically guess, or do you wait for the ball and then react? Now, really good question, to be honest with you. And without sitting on the fence, without stating the obvious, the more experience you get, the easier it becomes actually to. Well, not the easier. You get a bit of a gut feeling which way the player is going to hit the ball even before you hit the ball. And you look at most top goalkeepers, they normally always go the right way, even if they might not get the ball. So, but to me, it's like, ideally it'd be great to wait and then react. But the balls move that fast this day and age. I think it's a bit of, to be honest with you, I think you've got to sort of have a gut feeling which way the ball's going to go, and just as the player's striking it is then go. Now I know a lot of goalkeepers or people will say, oh well, you've got to wait for the ball and then go. The chances are the goalkeepers that wait for the ball and then it goes. They wait for the ball and then dive. The ball's probably past them before they've even moved, unless there was a bad penalty. Okay. Normally, what I did, and I had a 50% penalty ratio. Say when I played in a game situation, and this is what I would tell your goalkeeper, especially the younger players. Obviously, the higher the standard you get, this goes out the window. Okay, but like anything, like like under 16s, etc. As a rule of thumb, anyone who's a right footer will hit it to the left. Is that right? One sec. The right footer. Sorry, a right footer, as a rule of thumb, will hit it to the keeper's right. Sorry, telling you the wrong thing there. And the left footer will hit the ball to the keeper's left. If that's right. Am I right in thinking there? Okay. Yeah. Okay, so as a rule of thumb, a right footer will hit it to the keeper's left footer to the keeper's left. Reason being is it's easier for the penalty taker to do that. So a right footer, for example, especially if they're only young, because it does take a lot of skill to run up as a right footer, for example, to open up your body and place it in the corner. It's a lot easier for a right footer who might not have the skill to hit it in the right corner. Now, don't get me wrong, there's always going to be someone who's got the ability to hit it in the opposite corner, but especially if you are, let's say, if the players are under 16 or under 15, especially between the ages of, say, 6 or 7 and 12 or 13 years of age, you'll find that the majority of penalty takers, the right foot will go to the keeper's right, left to the left, and it's just a statistic game then. And obviously, the more penalties you take, what happens then? The goalkeeper will have a gut feeling which way the ball's going to be going. But I'm a firm believer, whenever I took a penalty, and if you look at most professional goalkeepers, just as the player is striking the ball, the goalkeeper has already made their minds up. Because I think if you wait for the player to kick it, you've got no chance, especially how fast the balls move.
Okay, and I'll put Len Finley. Hi Ray, what is the one key to confidence?
Okay, so keep hold of that one for me, I love you. And before I answer that question, it says we've got Razy in Jamaica. In Jamaica, cool. In Jamaica, I start my goalkeepers facing a penalty to turn their backs to their kicker and react to the whistle, giving them a choice to do a full turn and react or a half turn. Okay, not too sure what you mean by that one. Sorry. So as the penalty taker is kicking the ball, your goalkeeper's turning the back. Is that what you mean, Razy? Please let me know on that. That takes some super skill. Okay, so Archie's saying, do you recommend trash talking as something that can make you mentally strong? In my case, I feel like I have control over the offender. So Archie, when you say, do you recommend trash talking, is that to someone who's about to take a penalty at you? Or when you're trying to build your self-confidence, you're trash talking to yourself, if that makes sense? Because there's two types. If you could just let me know, do you mean trash talking to the penalty taker or yourself, that would be great. So Reggie's saying this. Okay, I get you now, Reggie. Okay, cool. So what Reggie13 saying here on Instagram, he's from Jamaica, and what he does is basically when the penalty taker is going to take the penalty, he gets the goalkeepers to turn their back to the penalty taker, so they're not getting sort of swayed or judged by what the penalty taker is doing, and he gets them to turn around at the last moment. I've not seen that, to be honest with you. Let me know if that's successful for your goalkeepers. I can see your point. If the goalkeeper's not facing the penalty taker, they can't be put off by the penalty taker's actions. But I'll be interested to know what the ratio of penalties was. One of the things that you could do, Razy, rather than get your goalkeepers to turn their back, is obviously get them to face the penalty taker, but just get them to focus on the ball and completely shut out the penalty taker, if that makes sense. So what was your question?
Len Finley. Hi Ray, what is the one key to confidence?
Okay, Len Finley was saying, what's the one key to confidence? Brilliant question, Len. Say that again, sorry, what's the one key?
What's the one key to confidence?
To me, it's visualization. Then it's to visualize every day that you're confident, if that makes sense. So the key to confidence is to visualize every day that you're confident. And when I do, I think it's week 3, I'm going to be doing how to develop your confidence. I'll go into a bit more detail there. But you've got to be, I know it sounds a bit weird, Len, you've got to be talking to yourself all the time that you're a confident person. You've got to be thinking positive thoughts, because most people think negative thoughts. They don't realize they're thinking negative thoughts. And if you're thinking negatively, that's going to affect everything, especially your confidence. So the key to confidence is to visualize being confident on a daily basis. And other people call it fake it until you make it, is another thing people say as well. And I believe in this, because this was me. I believe if you, because I wasn't a confident person then, and most people aren't, but basically what I did is I pretended I was confident every day, so eventually one day I become confident. So that's what I would do then. So hopefully that answered your question. Yeah. Okay. Some idiots on Instagram there. Most players will try to, Archie says, most players will try to fool you by looking at the opposite side. Yeah, again, Archie was saying when someone's taking a penalty at you, sometimes they'll look at the left side and they'll hit it to the right. And again, the more you're in goal and the more you practice, what happens is you tend not to take any notice of the eyes, you tend to take notice of the body shape. And especially, obviously, the higher standard you play, it's more difficult to read the body shape of a player. But as I say, the younger keepers, as I say, obviously the younger penalty takers, they don't really know how to do that, how to basically fool the goalkeeper with the body shape, if that makes sense. But you're right, as I say, the key is not to look at the player's eyes, it's to look at the body shape. Hi Phil, got Phil Priestley on here. Hi Phil. Phil is an ex-pro keeper. Phil was a J4K coach for a while. Phil coaches all over the northwest of England. One of the nicest guys I've ever met in my life. Great to see you, Phil. Phil's given some amazing advice here. He says, upper body shape. If right shoulder is open, going to the keeper's right, and vice versa. Brilliant, Phil. So basically what Phil's saying there is, like I've just been saying, look for the body shape, and Phil has played at the highest level and coached at the highest level for many, many, many years. So what he's basically saying is, look at the shoulder, look at the body shape of the kicker. If the right shoulder is open, it's going to go to the keeper's right, and obviously if the left shoulder is open, it's going to go to the keeper's left. So thanks for that tip there, Phil, top man. As always, great to see you. I hope you and your family are well. Okay. Someone's saying, do you sell your gloves or other people's? Okay. We're not answering any questions about goalkeeping gloves, but we actually sell our own gloves for the guys on Instagram. So we actually just sell purely J4K. Okay. So I'll do 2 more questions, guys. William saying, my way is to simply look at the opponent's eyes, and when he looks at mine, definitely he freaks out. So I'm guessing you've got some scary eyes there, William. Okay, fantastic. Yeah, great to hear from you, Phil. Right, we'll do one more question, guys, and then I'm going to love you and leave you. Okay, Raggy's asking tips for short keepers. So obviously being confident, okay, really helps, Raggy. I mean, I've played against some goalkeepers who are like 5'5", 5'6", 5'10", and they've been some of the best goalkeepers I've ever played against. But their confidence is on another level. If you go to our website, goalkeeperglovesforsale.com, there's a link that says free help and advice. Click that, and you go through. There's a section that says Ask Ray Newlands. If you go there, there's a load of videos. And there's a video for about 10 minutes long, and it shows you, if you're a small goalkeeper, how to get the highest levels possible. So that's definitely well worth going to. Goalkeeperglovesforsale.com. Click help and advice. You'll see Ask Ray Newland. There's a load of videos. Look for the videos how to become a great goalkeeper, being a short goalkeeper or something like that. Yes, William saying Stephen Kloss was a tiny goalkeeper and was brilliant. Stephen Kloss, what country did Stephen Kloss play in, William? Was that the USA? But yeah, some of the best goalkeepers I've played against have been like 5'9", 5'10", but they were all super confident. Every single one of them was super confident, which obviously what this video and course is all about.
We have Tony Ravencroft. What is the best tip to give starting a match?
Okay, brilliant, Tony. I'm going to leave on what was it? I'm going to leave on, I'm going to answer Tony's question, and then that's going to be my last question. Okay, we've got Jacob Squelch. Hi, Jacob from Plymouth. Hi, Jacob. Great to have you on. Hope you're well. So Tony asks, what's the best tip to give before starting a match? Okay, the key is, Tony, is to be ready a day or two before the match. Now, obviously, I know if you're a child, that's not going to happen. Obviously, I'm talking about like a professional level, where most professional players, they're ready Friday night before their game of a Saturday. So if you're playing at a high standard, you need to be ready on the Friday, ready for the Saturday, if that makes sense. And all to do with visualization, Tony. And again, so especially for the young goalkeepers, if you're a parent helping your goalkeeping child, and this is something I'll be speaking about in week 6, which is the art of visualization. What I did this every single day as a goalkeeper, but especially before the game on a Saturday, I used to visualize literally walking out, the whistle blowing, and I would visualize literally 90 minutes in my mind playing the perfect game. And I would do that over and over and over again. I always visualize myself making the best saves possible, visualizing making saves, visualizing my kicks being perfect. And I would be doing that Thursday night, Friday night, and then obviously Saturday, I'd be doing the same. Saturday morning, I'd be visualizing, I'd be on the coach going the game, visualizing everything's perfect. And then what happens then is once I started warming up, Tony, that's when I stopped visualizing, because then you've got to be in the moment, if that makes sense. So the key, now again, I'm not too sure if that advice is for you, Tony, and you're playing at a decent standard, or you're obviously, actually I'm going to give you two bits of advice here, because I don't know if you're asking this question for your child, Tony. So let's say if it's for yourself and you're an adult, I'll be visualizing the Friday night before the game, making the perfect save, making the perfect kick. If a penalty, I'll make a perfect penalty save. I wake up in the morning time, I'll be visualising everything again. Obviously, when I'm going to the game, I'll be visualising, obviously, again, everything going perfect. As soon as I'm in the changing room, that's when the visualisation more or less stops, because I'm in the moment with the team, I'm warming up, and then hopefully what happens then is the preparation that you've done 24 hours before the game, you don't have to prepare for the game, if that makes sense, Tony, because you've already done it. Now, if you're helping your child, it's exactly the same, but you sit down with them, hey, tomorrow you're going to have a fantastic game. Remember last week when you made that amazing top corner save? Remember 2 weeks ago you made that penalty save? Fantastic. So you're giving positive thoughts to your child. When you're driving to the game the next day, you say the same thing. Hey, don't forget, Johnny, that save you made last week, was absolutely amazing. Did you see all the supporters clapping? Even the opposing team were clapping. So you're filling your goalkeeping child's mind with positive. And if they ever come up with, yeah, but I made a mistake last week. Yeah, but you make a mistake every 10 games. Don't worry about that. And go back to the positive. So positive. So with your goalkeeping child, to prepare your goalkeeping child for the game, just make them remember all the great things they've done. Just keep doing it. And if they mention a negative, which they will, just say, yeah, but look, forget about that. You only make one mistake every 6 or 7 games. So don't worry about that. And then go positive again. Craig saying, evening, Ray. Yeah, you okay? Yeah, Craig. And what I'll do is this will go on to, you'll be able to get the playback, Craig, anyway. So good to see you here, Craig. So guys, before we go, I'm going to rock and roll in a moment. What was it? Raji 30 is saying highlight all the positives they do. Yeah, Raji 30, you've got to highlight with the children. You've got to highlight every positive, because they're not going to get positive from the supporters. Yeah, give them every bit of positivity you can. So again, if you guys have started from if you've watched this from the beginning, or you've watched most of this, can I have a thumbs up and some hearts on Facebook to make sure that you got something out of it? Same here on Instagram, guys. Can you have some thumbs and waves, whatever you do on Instagram? I'm not a big I don't really understand Instagram, I'll be honest with you. So as I say, guys, yeah, brilliant. Okay, fantastic. So if you've got something out of that, that's much appreciated. Please remember, this is only the introduction. This is I'm going to be doing a free course on how to become mentally strong as a goalkeeper. I'm going to be every Wednesday, 8 p.m. UK time, 3 p.m. USA time. It's going to be every Wednesday, and every week there's going to be a topic. Today was just an introduction. Next week is going to be on how to deal with your nerves. Okay, yeah, how to deal with your nerves. It will really, really, really help. Okay, yeah. Again, if you've got any questions, guys, okay, yeah, I'm not going to answer any more questions, okay, yeah. But if you've got any more questions, still type away, okay. And then what we'll do, sometime over the next few hours, over the next 12 to 24 hours, we'll go back and we'll answer your question. If the question is going to be too long to answer, what I will do is I will make sure that when we do one of our courses is that we will answer your question in full, okay, guys? So remember, as I say, the beauty about how to be good, please remember, most goalkeepers, okay, are naturally underconfident. But remember, you can develop your confidence. You can become as a goalkeeper. You can develop skill. It's just like developing your muscles, okay? It's honestly, you can develop your skill. If you want to become mentally strong as a goalkeeper, and that will really help you improve your goalkeeping, and you're currently underconfident, you're not very confident in yourself, I assure you this will help. And I assure you, as long as you practice what I tell you to do consistently, it will really help you gain confidence in your ability as a goalkeeper, guys, okay, yeah. So I really hope this has helped. I'm sure this is going to definitely help, okay. So I'm going to switch everything else off now. So have a good day or good night, wherever you are. All the best. Thanks for coming through here today. Take care.